What's up, everybody? I am a little late on a video. I've been working a lot recently and I got called in the other day, so I didn't really have time to put together a video or anything, so I apologize for that, but we're gonna do a video now. I've got a few stones I can summon in a mystical scroll, so might just do those for the fun of it. And I'm gonna maybe do a little bit of arena and then talk about some monsters and stuff. Because in my last videos I mentioned the easy farmable monsters, and then I went into light and darks that are easy, and then some that you can get from scrolls that are fairly common as well. So since we've done that, I'm gonna just point out a few of the nice nat 4s that are able to carry on throughout the game and actually help you early game and as you progress. So I went through Arena quickly before I started this, just to see if there's any battles that interested me. This one, I have a feeling is Bernard is going to be faster, because usually when I see Beretta with a Galleon and Bernard and a Akma, so usually I believe they're going to outspeed my Bernard. My Bernard isn't like super fast, but he's nice. I like him. So we're just gonna. I want to run this. I feel like it'll still work even if we lose the first turn, but I don't know how hard this Ockmere is going to hit. So I'm thinking if we run Leo, always a great choice for Arena. Run a Veramos, go the HP lead, so we have more HP, so his Torrent will do more. And then Vero can remove any debuffs from the defense break from time to loot. And I also have that stun chance as well, which is extremely nice. Then we can run Chasun for our backup healer, and Beretta will focus her more. So, well, her or Leo, but we want her to attack Leo anyway, so that kind of works. And then, we need a form of defense break. So we will go, maybe we'll go Bernard. It's not a liable, actually no, we'll go Retouch for an extra heal, and the Provoke will help a lot too. So we'll go this. We'll try this out, see how it goes. I honestly don't expect to win, just because the win Ifrit is so good. Akma, he is a very good monster. He's the only Ifrit I'm missing. So I'm hoping this goes well. At least we'll hit Bernard first. We got the bar decrease, which is good. Galleon got that off. Beretta did his basic, and then we just cleared it. So we'll do our AoE defense break. They don't have a Veramos, so it's going to stay there for the 2 turns. We hit Akma pretty hard, actually, so that's nice. Yeah, see how hard he hit? Look at that. So Leo's going to be the next move unless Galleon seals the turn. Galleon shouldn't go for him, though. He should go for Veramos, so we'll try to glancing the Akma. Didn't get it. So Leo got the turn. So we're just going to Torrent just to get his HP back faster. We're going to go for Galleon. So 23.1, it's not bad at all. Do that, clear that, hit him with a debuff, or, oh, we didn't get it, but he's dead anyway. So now we'll use the heal for the attack buff. Bernard's going to clear that. Turbulence, that's okay though. And we'll just drop him, just get him out of the way, and then now we'll just focus on Beretta. So I got the crit there, which is extremely nice. So I got Leo's basic. If you crit, you get a continuous damage for 2 turns, which is extremely nice and helpful to have. And we ended it. So that went a lot better than I hoped, which is extremely good. And we dropped a crystal, which is also nice. My rating isn't that high. I honestly don't really try an arena to get hold Conqueror 2. So we'll just refresh quick, see if there's any like other fast battles that we could possibly do. Was that the dark one? That is the dark one. She's attack speed leader for arena 28%. So we're not gonna fight that. That Bernard would, as I click it again, that Bernard will definitely outspeed us, and it's honestly not worth the risk. This would be another interesting one to try to hit. The Orion for sure is going to be fast. I don't see any other possibility for that. I don't like fighting Emmas. If you've noticed, I've ignored a lot of Emma defenses. This, we could probably Katarina it, to be honest. Um, I don't like that. Juno's bother me, to be honest. There's a lot of defenses I know I can take. Ooh, I almost hit start. Ooh, there's a lot I know I can take, but I don't like to risk it just because I know some of my runes aren't max, so it's not really worth it. So we could probably honestly do this again if Orion does harmful prank. If it doesn't stun Veramos, we can clear all the other debuffs as long as they aren't stuns. So any defense break, which would be nice. So we could probably do this. So we're just going to try it anyway. After this arena battle, we'll go into the useful Nat 4s for later on, and I'll explain some of them. And I'll explain some ones, since I mentioned giants and dragons already. I'll show some ones that could be used quickly in them. And then as well as that, I'll show some that can be used in Necro as well. So we got the stun on Tyrone, which is nice. We're gonna probably see. No, Chasioon's gonna go next, so we'll just defense break. We'll use the Amuse. Please don't stun. We stunned on Veramos. That's not fun. But he violented out of it. Glancing. At least it's on Vero. That's okay. So we'll go for Orion first because it's a pain. We'll try to provoke Tyrone, but it didn't happen. But we got the violent proc, so which helped me out obviously a lot. We'll drop a dot on him, but we didn't get that either. Wow. Okay, so we're just gonna drop him. Go for the provoke, but we ended up killing him anyways. So that went a lot better than I thought. So so far so good. So we'll just back out. Go to my monsters. Tyrone, my stats are really, really bad. Honestly, I'm not going for crit rate like I should for the first skill. I'm more or less trying to get some accuracy and speed in there. They're more important, I find, for Tyrone because you want the accuracy for the second skill, which has a 40% chance of increasing the enemy's chance to land glancing hits for 2 turns. That's a really, really big help. I have no scalps in mine because honestly, I didn't start using him until recently. But he's on Despair Focus, which is extreme health. He's on speed. I think I have crit damage on him because there's speed subs. Yeah, no, there's high crit rate and a little bit of speed. So I'm on crit damage and accuracy. So you can run speed, HP, attack, crit rate, or crit damage, and then accuracy is a must in 6 if you want that glancing. So I obviously do recommend it. As I told you before, like, see, my runes aren't really max because I don't use them. But this rune could be better, but I didn't have any other despairs at the time to put on him, so that's just what he got. It's just a fill-in. So pretty much try. My speed's really low. Try to get like 170, 180 for Tyrone. Lumi is really good. She can solo dragons, B10. Honestly, like again, my runes aren't leveled up and they aren't really good. But for her defense, HP defense, violent, endear, max her skills out, and she can solo dragons, get over get 30k HP, get decent speed, aim for 50 resistance, because if you run her leader skill, it's 50% resistance for water, so you can do that. Galleon, life changer right here. My stats aren't that high. His speed rune isn't even max. So for him, speed, either like whatever you can fit in slot 4 that has good speed subs, and then slot 6 accuracy. You want a lot of speed on you want a lot of speed on him. The proper sets that you see are either Swift or Violent. Swift is obviously easier for the beginner people because it's a speed set. It gives you extra speed. It's very helpful. And some late people even run speed on them too. So don't be afraid to run the Swift set. If you can get high speed subs with Violent, like 15 plus, then by all means go for it as long as you have speed in slot 2. You should probably have stats around these. Max his skills for sure. His time to loot, mine isn't even maxed. Harmful effect rate 10% and 15%. That puts it to 100% chance to decrease the defensive enemies for 2 turns and a cooldown, so it's 4 turns. On Violent, that helps out a lot. He's a speed leader for guild battles, really nice. Then there's Chloe. For her, you want to run Swift, Will, Swift Endure, Swift Energy, pretty much whatever you can for her. Again, you want high speed subs on a lot of HP. Mine isn't really that good, but her runes aren't maxed either. I just so happen to have 48 resistance, which is pretty helpful from subs as well. For her, you want her fast as possible. You want her like 220 at least, like minimum, and mine's not even there, so I don't use her. Vertile, you want 100% crit rate on him no matter what. He's amazing in TOA, he's amazing in Dragons. You can use him in early stages of Necro because of his basic. For him, speed, crit rate, HP, or speed, crit rate, attack if you want to do damage. You want like 20k at least HP on him for sure. You want like 170 plus speed. Mine's at 171. And then he can run TOA normal and TOA hard that way. Then there's Beretta. 100% accuracy is really helpful on Beretta. You want at least 170 speed, just kind of like Tyrone. Same set, focus, despair, run speed, HP, accuracy. Super helpful. Great monster. Highly recommend. If you haven't summoned one, I suggest to fuse it. It is in the fusion hexagram. Then there's Chasun. My Chasun's somewhat tanky. It's at 36.3k HP. Runes aren't maxed. I only have one max, and it's a 5-star rune in slot 6. 100% resistance is amazing on Chasun. It's so helpful. She can run and be a tank for dragons. She can run giants. You can use her in TOA normal, TOA hard. You can, she can do a lot of things. She's extremely helpful. Some people are wondering why I ruined Bark. I explained in a previous video. I don't use him now as runes aren't maxed, but for his leader skill, it's really helpful. Crit rate for ally monsters by 24% in guild battles. Some people underestimate crit rate leader skills, especially in guild battles, because they really want the speed or the HP. The crit rate is extremely helpful, and honestly, I love my Bark. His second skill, when he was ruined properly and he was on speed attack, or was it speed crit damage attack? He did like 6k for the defense break, and then in the second attack sits both of them, so he gets the backspin slash for the defense break for 1 turn, and then takes away 30% of the target's attack bar. So he did like 5 to 6k on the defense break, and then he did 11 to 12 and higher. Like he had only like 110 crit rate or so, or crit damage, sorry, and like 50 or 60 crit rate. And he did like 12k for the second. He pretty much killed nukers himself. Um, Mimir, awesome to have. I don't have scallops on mine either. Barbaric Kings I know drop a lot, but I've never really bothered. He's a guild leader, guild attack speed leader, and it's extremely helpful. His third's a stun, and when this attack's on the cooldown, your attack speed increases and recovers your HP by 10% every turn. So that's another reason why I really haven't done it, because then it's on 5-turn cooldown. So that's 5 turns he recovers 10 HP, 10% HP instead of the 4. So it's nice. And then his second skill is a branding. So they receive 25% extra damage and increases your attack bar for 2 turns. So that's really helpful. And then his basic is just the normal basic harmful effect chance. Super helpful as well. Honestly, I use him as a guild leader for his attack speed. I run him and Galleon usually for my 2 teams. His runes aren't maxed. He's on Fatal Blade, attack, crit damage, attack. But I think he's on crit rate right now for slot 4. But anyways, extremely helpful. You can do a lot of damage. Like Confine, if you get like 150 crit damage, you could probably do 30k area, especially at 150 crit damage. Yeah, like 30k plus. I have one on my friends list that's fairly good as well. Um, Mahale, not a lot of people drop her. I only just recently six starter at like mid last month, to be honest. She's really good. Her heals AOE with a defense buff for 3 turns. Her second's the same as Lou Mercia, where it puts skill on cooldown for the target, and then her basic's a continuous chance. Her just go Violent Revenge, Violent Endure. Her leader's a resistance for light attribute, 50%. It's really nice. Then there's Arya. She has an arena HP leader. Her third skill can reduce attack speed and land glancing hits. I have no scalps in mine because I honestly I only farmed one. I didn't bother to do a bunch when the HOH was open. Uh, it goes down to 4. Her second can drop a HP disrupt for 2 turns at the target's asleep, and then it stuns them for a turn. Her basic can put an enemy to sleep, and it recovers the attack age by 50% if the enemy falls asleep. So she's really nice, especially for TOA hard. For her, you want to spare focus, you want like 170 speed, you want 100% accuracy or close to like 80 plus. Mine's pretty low accuracy to be honest because I'm on speed HP HP because I wanted her tanky. She still lands the debuffs a lot, so it's not a concern for me right now, but just keep that in mind. Then there's Lucian. I only recently dropped him in the previous videos. You know, I put a skill up in him. His third ignores defense, hits hard. Second has a chance to random weakening effects on enemies, so attack, break, glancing, slow, stun. And the basic has HP disrupt for 70% chance. Max his skills out. He's a great farmer. He can run Aiden Force on Hell. His attacks, its attack power for dungeons by 33%. For him, you want to go Rage Blade or Fatal Blade. You want as much crit damage, crit rate, and attack subs as possible. Mine is fairly low. He's on makeshift ruins, and none of the ruins surpass level 9, and he still does pretty well. Then there is Aquila. I use Aquila with Katarina. Her second skill, it gives an attack buff and a crit rate buff for 2 turns. Really nice, really helpful. Her basic, it has a chance to activate again for like give you another turn for 30% chance. Really nice. Her third can remove all beneficial effects from the enemies, but it's hit and miss. It doesn't always work, but you will at least get some. You can run speed, HP accuracy on her, or speed HP as much speed as possible. Mine's really slow. I took runes off her to give someone else, and I just threw in ones to replace the ones I took out. Speed subs are really low for her. You want like 180 speed at least. Like you want her to be able to run. Then there's Orion. The mine has broken set. You want swift or violent, as many speed subs as possible. It doesn't matter what your other 2 ruins are. They can be 2 different type of ruins. It doesn't matter. You just want a lot of speed. You want like 250 speed at least. For arena, this monster is extremely helpful. I haven't farmed water to awaken her yet, but I plan to. So those are just some monsters I have. So I don't know if I have any in my storage. Um, QB, his third is attack power and crit rate, so it's pretty much the same as Aquila. Super helpful, but it gives an invincible uh, buff as well. Katarina and QB, Kubezinov is the full name, but everyone calls him QB. They run really well together. Him, you want to spare, focus, speed, HP accuracy, speed, HP, HP. You want like 80 plus accuracy. You want like 200 speed because you need him to move before Katarina. If you have Jamire, the Wind Dragon, running him, QB, and Katarina is the most deadly thing. It's double swords, so you can literally use Sword of Discharge twice. Super helpful. As you see, I have some food in here, and then I have like the Fire Panda fusion monster material. I have the Viking ready, I have the Succubus ready, I have QB ready. Then I have all the food for it already up. Then I just have a Copper and Megan sitting in here for whenever I get around. Light Golem, Spectra, Light Frankenstein, Light Harpy, and then I'm eventually going to build a Ramagos again since I don't have mine anymore. But if we go to the monster collection quick, I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm just going to point out the ones that are extremely helpful. Um, this monster right here, Fire Sky Dancer, you can ruin her Fatal Energy, attack, crit damage, attack. You can run her Necro. Her third skill hits 6 times. It takes off the boss's shield. And her second is the Amuse that Chasun has. It heals for a percentage of HP, I think 30, 20, and then it goes up to like 30 or 40 with skill ups, and then it gives attack buff for 2 turns. Super helpful. She can do a lot of damage, and her basics are glancing. I haven't got the Fire Neostone Agent yet, but Lisa, she's really helpful. Her third removes all harmful effects on allies and selects 3 allies to attack with her, and it does count towards a skill cooldown. Second can remove beneficial effects from the target you attack, and for each one removed, it increases your allies' attack bars by 20%. So for her, I'd go Swift Focus or Swift Will and get as much speed as possible. Make her really tanky, like 30k HP, 25 plus maybe. Her basic attacks twice, has 25% chance to increase the enemy's chance of glancing hit for 2 turns. So that's her awaken. She gets a leader skill for crit rate for guild battles, which is nice. I wish I could drop her. Fire Newstone Agent, Vampire Blade or Violent Blade, attack, crit damage, attack, as much crit rate as possible, as much crit damage as possible, as much attack percent as possible. The passive, as his HP decreases, your attack power will increase and the damage you receive will decrease. So he nullifies the damage he receives as his HP drops. He increases the damage he outputs. That's an amazing passive. This second skill increases crit rate for 2 turns, so that's a 30% crit rate buff. So you can go for 70% crit rate, which is extremely easy to get if you run Blade Set. Since it gives you 12 and you start with 15, there's already 27. And then with that buff, there's 57. Uh, Basic attack swings a dagger 2 times and subsequently increases your attack power for 2 turns. So you get an attack buff for 2 turns, which is awesome. Attack power, leader skill in arena for 33%, just like Zyros, but I think his is global, the Fire Dragon. So that's really it for the fire, aside from Jojo, but you need Sierra. He's just a bomber. The second skill receives a 50% accuracy, so you only need to get 50 HP disrupt, which is normal. And then Summons of Wildfire inflicts continuous damage for 3 turns, and he's a defense leader for dungeons. He's a good monster to have. Attack, crit rate, attack, or no, he's a bomber. So bombers, you go attack, 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 as much attack as possible. It helps the bombs output more damage than crit damage does. So he runs good with Malaka and Sierra, or Jemire, Malaka, Jojo, or Jemire, Sierra, Jojo, however you want to run your bomb team. Fire Ninetales, I forgot about her. Shiwa. Attack power 40% for fire. Her third skill attacks 5 times, recovers 50% of the damage dealt. Each has a 50% chance to land a branding effect. Skill will deal a 25% increased damage to the enemies under branding. She has a sleep. If you put in sleep, you get an additional turn. Sleeps for 2 turns. Her basic attacks 3 times. With the shimmering light, each strike has 15% chance to inflict continuous damage. So she can draw harmful effects for 5% of their HP each turn. She can put them to sleep and gain another turn, which is a free violent proc. And her third skill can drop a branding. She's amazing in Necro. Her first and third skill hit multiple times. Extremely helpful monster as well. So we'll go to Water quick. This video is already getting fairly long, so I don't want to take too long. Other than Galleon and this monster, the Water Assassin, Stella, she's extremely good in raids, actually. Attack an enemy decreases attack by 10% for each attack. The number of strikes will increase up to 7 hits according to your attack speed. Swift, as much speed as possible. You want her like 230 speed at least. Like, faster she is, the more time she hits, the more attack bar she decreases. She can decrease the attack bar up to 70%. That is awesome for Necro as well for a third skill, but the cooldown is probably going to be 5 or 4 turns. so I wouldn't recommend it, but she can be ran in Giants and she can be ran in Dragons. Her second attacks twice. Each attack has 75% chance to leave a brand for 2 turns. Again, really helpful. That's 25% increased damage. Her basic decreases the defense for 2 turns, so it's defense break. Good monster to have. You can probably run her in Necro, especially if you have her on Violent instead of Swift, but you need a lot of speed, like 230 at least, like I said. And she'll be extremely helpful. Um, so we'll go into Wind. I know I might have missed some monsters, so please don't get upset if I did. Um, if you have any questions, leave comments, of course. I'll respond to them ASAP. So this Wind Phantom Thief, a lot of people underestimate him. Back when I first started, I had one on my global, because I was originally from global server. As you can probably tell, I'm not really from any place in Europe. I don't have an accent like that. I'm from Canada. His leader skill is Arena 33% HP. His third skill hits 3 times. Each attack has 10% chance to stun the enemy for a turn, which is really, really, really nice. For him, you want to run Despair anyway. His second skill has 30%, increases your critical rate with 30% and stuns the enemy if you land a critical hit. So 70% critical rate, it buffs it for 30. There's a free stun. Basic can stun the enemy for 1 turn with 100% chance. For him, Despair, like Blade, attack, crit damage attack. He can output a lot of damage, especially with his third. And he's on Despair, so you get stuns too. I want one. I had one when I was a noob. I fed him. Kind of miss him. This Wind Death Knight, Brienne, he's extremely helpful in TOA, normal, TOA hard, dragons, giants, like you name it, he can be in their raid. His leader skill is Resistance Global. That's recently added. All the Death Knights didn't have a leader skill before. And then Supply revives dead ally and evens out the HP ratio of all allies. This is AoE attack power break for 75% chance. Deals damage according to HP. Basics HP disrupt for 2 turns with 50% chance. You want Violent. What was it? Violent Focus or Despair Focus. You want like 30k HP. Get as much as you possibly can. As much HP subs as you can. He has 116 base speed, so all you have to do is get him to 170. It's not going to be hard. And yeah, just speed, HP all around. If you can pull like 54 from subs, and then yeah, you'll have yourself a tanky reviver for TOA, and aim for like 1,000 defense and subs as well. I know it's going to be hard, but it will be extremely helpful in raid. Trust me. Um, Shimate, I'm not really going to worry about. He has attack speed leader for 24%, I think it is. For arena, it's helpful if you don't have one. Glancing chance, attack speed for 3 turns, critical hit, increase your critical rate by 30% if you land a critical hit, so 70%, 30 is 300. Wind Taoist, Despair Focus, he's good in TOA. His basic can get glancings and decrease their attack power. Second decreases attack age 30% with a 30% chance. His third can set their attack bar to 0, and it's a resistance leader for 28%. Despair, focus, or speed, HP, or HP all around. Get him to like 150 speed. You don't need him to move super fast. Especially if you have Bernard, you can just fill his attack bar. But you want him to be somewhat fast enough to be able to use his third skill. I had one before. He was awesome. I don't know why I got rid of him. It was back in my early stages of gameplay as well. Yeah, just get like 30k HP for him as well. Sorry I'm talking a little fast, trying to get this over with. I don't want this to run super long for you guys. I want it to be as fast and simple as possible. I missed Smokey because I don't have him, so I didn't notice. Where's Smokey? There he is. So Fire Jack-O-Lantern. Sorry to go back to fire. HP dungeons 33%. Attacks all enemies 2 times with each chance having 50% chance to decrease the attack power and disrupt their HP for 2 turns. Really good Necro, this monster. Attacks 4 times, each has 30% chance to land a glancing debuff. Attacks 3 times, and it can decrease the attack speed for 2 turns. He's extremely good Necro with Shiwa and Hua. Well, you don't really need Hua if you have him. You can run Bella, um, Colleen, and someone else that multi-hits Huahi even. Then the water, Chilling. Where is Chilling? The water one. Accuracy in dungeons 40%. This can steal his passive. It steals beneficial effects from the enemy and increases your attack speed according to the beneficial effects currently on you. Increase attack speed and critical rate of allies for 2 turns. And this has the same for the attack speed. So you can replace Smokey with him in Necro as well. You can run Chilling and Dragon speed 10. You can run him in Giant speed 10. Really nice. I don't know if Smokey and Chilling work in a raid. I've never seen it and I've never tried it because I don't have them. But you want Swift Energy, Swift Will, and Speed HP, like 30k HP roughly, and then you want like 170 speed, and Chilling will be awesome. Same with Smokey. I only showed you Light Nat 4s because those were the two I had. I'm not going to go into detail except for Iona, the Wind Epicon Priest, resistance in dungeon by 33%. She has a recovery, like a revive for 60% HP and defense buff 3 turns. She has an AoE heal like Michelle, the Wind Epicon Priest, 25% for the target for the lowest HP, and 50% for everybody else. And then she recovers HP by 30% of damage dealt. This attack will deal more damage according to max HP. Triple energy if you really want to make her tanky and slow. HP. If not, go Swift Energy or Swift Will. Speed, HP. Get her to high speed like Chloe. Well, I wouldn't go that high. I'd probably go like 160, 170. So then she doesn't move too early, but she doesn't move too late, so you'll want her heal for the following turn, or her revive if you lose someone. Or you can even run her on Swift Nemesis, so as she loses HP, because people will attack her often first, or attack someone to make her waste her heal, or her revive, sorry, and then melt her down. So if you run Nemesis, she'll regain attack bar quicker. So that's just another good light monster. I'm not going to look at Dark, it's not really something to rush into. But if you have any dark monsters or light monsters you don't know what to do with, feel free to comment and I'll do what I can to help you out. So we're in a channel, so we'll just open these scrolls. I don't expect anything, to be honest. I don't expect to get any of these. Lucian food would be cool. I have a Leo, so I don't want a Leo. Camilla would be cool, and Fire Monkey would be cool. Fire Mermaid actually would be cool too. I didn't talk about her, but her third has stun chance for 1 turn. It prevents the enemy from using his skills cooldowns for 2 turns. It's 80% chance to activate. It's really helpful in arena, especially on defense. Covers HP and attack bar of allies by 30%. The skill may revive dead ally at 30% HP at the cost of 3 additional turns being added to the cooldown time. So someone's done and used Grant Life. It's the same as Beta, the Dark Mermaid. You can revive someone, but it'll go to a 7-turn cooldown, but I'm pretty sure there's 2 skill cooldowns in it, so it'll go to 5. Or it'll just be 2 if you just use it for the heal. The basic can remove beneficial effects. It does damage according to your max HP. For her, I would just go Swift Energy, make her pretty fast, or I would go maybe Swift Energy pretty much seems right, or Swift Will, Speed HP. I don't know what her base speed is. Awakened. Well, look quick, I guess. Collection, fire. Should be like right in front of my face. There it is. Platy. 95. So her speed actually drops 1. What? Or did I misread her previous speed? Should be like right there. She is. No, okay, it goes up 1. So yeah, get her like 150, 160 speed, Swift Will, Swift Energy. Anyways, Oh, I don't recommend doing this, guys, especially since I have energy, but I don't want to delay the video much longer. But I purchased mana. Like I said, I don't recommend doing that. Don't waste your mana. Don't waste your stones too, because this is obviously going so well for me. And last one, no lightning. So that was a shitty summon session. And anyways, thank you for watching. I hope my video helped you out a bit. If you have any questions that aren't answered, feel free to comment below. If you have any questions you feel like asking, again, comment below. I hope you all have a good night and hope your last day of your weekend goes fairly well for you. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow. Bye.